Oh, hello, hello. I think I'm a bit blurry. Am I a bit blurry? Hold on. Oh, that just got worse. That looks better. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Jane. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Peter. Hi, Sue. Welcome all. I think I needed to clean my glasses, and I'm looking up at the lights. Hi, Fiona. Hi, Susan. Hi, Dell. Hi, Denise. That helps, Fiona, if you have your glasses on, but I think I was a bit out of focus. It's better now. Hi, Shelley. A bit better, Sharon. I'm still probably going to cough my way through. It's certainly been a long one. Hi, Christine. I think I'm up to day 13 or something, 11, 12. Hi, Rhonda. But yeah, I think I'm sort of almost down to just the cough, which might last a couple of months, knowing my luck. Yeah, got me good. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Liz. Hi, Robin. Yeah, cough's not good still, Karen. That's all right. Not good for the pelvic floor either. But anyway, yeah, and when you cough and your brain feels like it's slamming into the side of your head. Hi, Wanda. But no, I'm good. I'm up and about and sort of pushing through. That's good. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl, are you new? Have you been here before? You might have been here for a while ago. Did we all have a nice Mother's Day? Hi, Shelley. On the train ride home. Okay. Hi, Dawn. Did we all have a nice Mother's Day? I dragged myself out of my sick bed and went out for a gin high tea. So that was very nice at the Kalara Distillery. They make the apothecary gins. Hi, Joe. Joe's here. Hi, Carleen. Hi, Jane. Icy better this week. Sound icy. I think that's a typo. That's all right. Have you got snow up there, Jane? Meant to be coming down to 500 meters. You might get snow. Hi, Gidget. Hi, Sue. Yeah, it's going to be a cold one here. Actually, it is pretty cold already. I did put the heater on early today and left the door open to try and heat up this room a little bit. So I can do that when I'm here on my own. Yeah, so hopefully whichever way you celebrate, whether it's mum of a pet animal child or a real child or whatever, whoever you had with you, hope it was something nice. Hi, Beck. Hello. Okay, so I think we've got a few here. You're all here on time tonight. Let me see. Oh, there's a few there. So as I said, hi, Cheryl, I went to a gin high tea for Mother's Day. Well, I was taken to a gin high tea. Hi, Hillary. Hi, Cheryl. For Mother's Day, which is very nice. First time out of the house, so it was nice to get out, even if I coughed my way through it. Hopefully I didn't share it with anyone else. And anyway, so it was the Kalara Distillery out past Richmond. And hi, Susan. And they make the apothecary gin, and they've got a lovely new little sort of event space and a cellar door, and they have an apothecary garden, which is a bit winterized at the moment, a bit dormant, but they've got lots of big plans. So Christy is... it's Christy Lark, so she comes from the famous Lark family. So she does whiskies and vodkas as well, and is getting into brandy. And we had a couple of nice, lovely gin cocktails as part of the high tea, and we got this little jar of Tasmanian cherries. Well, it's not actually Tasmanian cherries; it's a gin that has been for 2 years soaking in, or cherries have been soaking in the gin for 2 years. So the colour, it's a really dark colour. has just come from leaching out of the whole cherries that are in there for the 2 years. So we got one of these to take home, and we also got one. We got welcomed with one as we walked in, which was served with a sparkling wine. So it was like a cocktail, like a sparkling cocktail, the sparkling wine. So that's what I'm going to taste tonight. And see if it'll help this cough. So I think there's like a full nip in there with a cherry in it, but I'm just going to have half of it. And I'm not having it with a sparkling wine. Oh, maybe I do need all of it. It doesn't look much in that glass, does it? All right, let's have it all. Okay, I can put lots of soda in. So instead of having it in a sparkling wine, I'm just going to have it with soda, as I normally do, so I can taste that lovely cherry flavour in there. Hi, Tony. Hi, Joe. Hi, Sue. Susan, Jackie. Okay, so let's taste. I mean, it was nice with the sparkling wine, with the champagne, but let's try it with soda water. That's nice. That's nice. Don't want too much soda. It's not hugely strong because it's got the cherry in it. But I will tell you, when you eat the cherry at the end, whew, there's some bite in that because it's been soaked in that gin for 2 years. So it's an apothecary gin from the Kalara Distillery at near Richmond. That's our gin tasting of the week. Oh, hi, Michelle. And I think it actually might even help with the cough for a bit. But one drink only because I've just got this little tiny sample they gave us as a gift. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jenny. Okay, so have we got anyone new here tonight? If we've got anyone new, the little jar in the corner, you'll see some little bubbles floating down into that. That means if you left a comment, your head goes into the little jar and we draw out a prize at the end. So hi, Debbie. Hi, Jenny. So that's what that little thing is there on the side of your screen. Okay, Carlene, you know Fiona? How do you know Fiona? There you go. See, all you people know each other without me in the middle. Okay, there we go. Hi, Marg. How did you say hi, Mandy? I haven't seen Mandy. Hi, Julie. All right, so what have I got to show you tonight? So I've brought a heap of things home from the shop. So first of all, we had requests. So remember our spot-on cushion in the Tilda fabrics. And then I did the mini spot-on and the Squilter's Retreat. There you go. There you go. Welcome, Shelley. Your first time. So if you didn't hear before, the little jar in the corner, you've just said hello. So your name's dropped in there, but I think you were here before. I think you are new. So there's our spot on. And then we had the mini spot on cushion, which was in all the pinks. And then the mini spot on pin cushions we did at AQC with the pinks and greens. So I can't remember who, but there was 2 or 3 ladies who asked us to do the large size spot-on kits in the colours of the mini spot-ons. So Joe and the girls have done that while I've been away. So there's the one in the greens with the low volumes for the backgrounds and one in the pinky peaches with the low volumes for the backgrounds. So they are on the website. And they've done a whole stack of them. So it'd be great to have a sample done up in those now, but that'll be in my spare time unless anyone else would like to make one and give me a picture. But yeah, so that was by request. So the full-size spot-on cushions in the colorways of the mini spot-ons. So if you didn't want to do the little one each ones, but you like the colors and the low volume backgrounds, then there's the kits for those. Okay, now what else have we got? We've also got Joe just wanted me to remind you that we've got more kits of the Tilda embroidered flower garden quilt. Now remember, I showed you that just before AQC. So Joe finished it and Tracy quilted it with this amazing new matchstick quilting design, and then I was binding it just before we went to AQC, and it was amazing. I say, so we had a heap of kits, but we did find out, because this all happened while Joe was on holidays, that there was a little mistake in the kitting, and someone who bought one at AQC let us know. And so we have little fix-it packs of kits, and we found everyone who purchased a kit bar 2 people. So if you bought a kit, hi Carol, at AQC, and you haven't opened it yet, and you might not open it for 5 years, then just contact us so we can send you just a little bit of extra fabric. There's just a few pieces that needed an extra strip. So we recalculated the kits from what the original was, which brought the price down a lot and made it much easier for us to kit them in strips instead of squares, and meant you didn't have as much leftover wastage. But in that changeover, there was just a couple of little errors, so we fixed that, and we still have a few of these kits left. So, and I think they come down to only $175, and then you can buy the grid as well, and then the pattern is free on the Tilda blog website, so Tilda's World. So if you want to have a go at the grid piecing, or just make it in the traditional way, I wouldn't, now that I've learnt grid piecing, then the kits are available, and I'll put the link in. I think I've got the link for that one in a minute. I will add in. Now, a few new haby items that we've been searching for a while. We were asked a while ago for the free motion sliders, and I think I talked about it. We found one, but hi Andrea, did you get that one from us? Did you use the grid crease piecing method? Because yeah, it certainly makes it much easier if you're using that. Anyway, the original free motion sliders that we used to get, the price of those had just gone up so much that they're like $140 or something. So we've searched and searched, and we found a different version, and for a much better price. So we have king size and queen size. The king size is 22 inches by 16.5, so that's 1/2 meter by 420 if you've got like a really big flatbed on your machine. Or the queen size is 18.9 inches by 11.8, so about 19 by 12 inches. So still quite large, 480 by 300 millimeters. So the free motion slider sheets, they stick onto the flatbed of your machine, and they just stick on with like a static electricity sort of thing, have a sticky side on it. And then when you're doing free motion quilting, it just takes away all the friction, so that your piece that you're moving under your foot just slides around like it's got a silicone spray on it, and they just slide around really easily. So we've managed to get those at a much better price. Can't remember what they were, but they're more like $50. Much better than 130, which was what the original ones had gone up to. The original ones, the original company sold to someone else, and yeah, the price just to get them from overseas was really expensive. So we now have those back in stock. Tina's just saying sliders are fantastic. Yep. So if you've used one, you know the difference when you're doing free motion work and trying to slide your quilt around underneath your machine. It can be hard work. So the slipperier it is, the easier it is. Okay, we've also got a new thread holder. So these I always use, if you've seen a photo of or a live on my sewing machines, I use cones of thread. I just use a lot, and I just have one set up with a cream or a grey, and the other one with my monopoly, and I use cones because I use a lot, and I only use the same couple of 2 threads. So I have them on a cone, which doesn't sit on the top of a domestic sewing machine very well. Your tension's sort of all mucked up. So you need to have it on a thread holder sitting next or behind your machine. And we used to always get the superior threads ones, which is what I have, but they've been difficult to get for the last year or so, and obviously come from overseas and it's more expensive. So again, I found a new version of a thread stand. It has lots of different attachments. You can actually put 3 or 4 threads on there and run them all through if you've got a multi machine. And you can put your spool sideways or up and down. This has got pictures of just normal spools on there, which are wound differently, but particularly with the Home from the pub in time. Well done, Andrea. When you're using cones and you want that thread to come off the top, then the cone just sits on there. The thread comes up through a little hook and then into your machine. And most machines have an extra little tension hook somewhere on them that you can just slide that under to start off on the top of your machine. If not, a little trick I learned years ago, if you don't have that, and on my old 1260 that I use, I don't, I just sticky tape a safety pin on the end of the machine, and there's my little hole to run my thread through before it goes through the rest of the tension on the machine. So these little thread holders are on the website. I'll put the link up in a minute. And there's just a few of those, but it is an Australian supplier, so we can get them quicker. Hi, Trudy. Now, Trudy, is it you that we're trying to sort out the academy? They tell me they fixed it, and it's sort of half worked for me today, but I still found some more issues, but I could log in. So just try again and see if it works, if that is you. I think it's you. It's certainly a Trudy. Okay. These little thread boxes, if you're a member of our Stitches Garden, you all got one of these last year, I think. Just a handy little plastic thread box, but we've got some leftovers, little storage box, so you can put your floss in there. You could put all your zipper charms in there. It is you though, Trudy. Yeah, no, okay, so try again, but I still think that it's not. Sorry, Wanda's just asking, what product do you use for quilt basting? I've seen homemade spray recipes, salt, water, flour, and rubbing alcohol. Do you mean for like a glue basting quilt layers together? If that's what you mean, we just use 505 spray. Never tried a homemade one. I've just used 505. Hi, Karen. Thank you, Linda. I got that in Adelaide last year. Actually, I will admit it was just from TK Maxx or something like that. It's have to be there at the right time sort of purchase, that one. Hi, Jerry. Anyway, so for all your zip pulls and bag parts and things like this would be perfect. So we've got a heap of those left over, and they're only $5. $5, bargain. So add one to your cart if you shop doing any other shopping, because they're taking up a lot of space. They're a nice gift, but charms or zipper pulls and bag parts, all that sort of thing. Hi, Catherine. They're little handy things there. Okay, what else have I got down in my little box? We have got some new Clover applique pins. Let me switch over to the overhead. I'm going to see that a bit better. Okay, so Clover applique pins. Now they're patchwork pins. They're the extra fine ironable, heat-resistant ironable patchwork pins if you want those. But they do come direct from Japan, so the packaging is in Japanese. So that's a little bit confusing, this one. But, yeah, that was Mr. Bentley. Someone's outside, that's for sure. So they're now on the website. And then I've got some new needles to try. So I've been finding it really hard to get microtex 60 needles, which are the ones that I use for machine applique and machine pep with the monopoly. So they're really fine needle. So this is the Triumph brand. And what I have learned is that Triumph actually, they come out of Germany, I think, even though they're made in Taiwan, but it's German technology from Germany, made in Taiwan. And they actually make the superior titanium needles. So they're a titanium needle, and this is a size 68, which is what I use either in the superior needle or in a Schmetz microtex, if you can get them, but they're just a bit tricky, not as easy to find. And these ones are a really good price. I don't remember what they were, but I think they were under. It might have only been about $7.50, $8. So anyway, we're going to try these. So Superfine Microtex for your domestic sewing machine. Should fit most brands of machine. Okay, that's all the haby I've got to show you. But Jo sent some new fabrics home that have come in that aren't on the website. So I'll just have a sip of this. Oh, there you go, Andrew. It's been using the Triumph needles for years. I think the only place I could find that sells them is Echidna stores. So maybe now that there's a supplier here, you'll see them a bit more often. Anyway, Got some new fabrics. Now these are printed. They're Japanese. They're from the Cosmo Fabric Company, Cosmo Textiles, and they're quite fine. So they're a really pretty little soft, almost a Liberty print sort of looking floral. Any truth to the rumour glue stick refills may be scarce? No, haven't heard that at all, Carleen, and we've just ordered more and there was no heads up from the supplier that they've got a shortage. So I think we're right there. They were out for about a month earlier in the year, but we got notice of that, and it was sort of when they were going to be away anyway. So, yep, no, we have plenty of those. Haven't heard that. Be a worry if they were, wouldn't it? Okay, so here's one. And we seem to have, I don't know how we did this because I thought there was more than one design, but we seem to have the same design in lots of colorways. So there's a pretty soft lilac-y one. First one was like a peachy orange color. That's very similar. It was a cream background. This one's got like a pink background. And then this one. Why did we order all these ones the same, Jo? I don't know. And this one's very pretty. It's cream with the soft blue and pink. So could you imagine a beautiful little smock dress in this? 30 years ago, I made beautiful little smock dress in Liberty prints like this. Now I have to wait for grandbabies if they ever get them. And this is I've got like a soft minty green background. So they're very soft and pretty. They're all just $30 a meter, even though they're a Japanese, beautiful Japanese cotton, which are usually more expensive. But I haven't even looked at the price, but I'm assuming we're keeping to our normal price of $30. Jo didn't tell me any different. So, but they're not on the website yet, but they are very soft and pretty. So little floral quilts or a little girl's smock dress would be gorgeous. Okay, and then we have a few here from Moda. Again, I'm not quite sure why we ordered these particular ones. I've got a feeling that Jo was saying we had a shortage on dark navies. So this is Flirtation by Zen Chic for Moda. So this has got a little bit of metallic gold on it. I don't know, what were we thinking, Jo? Nice skirt? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it certainly make an impact with that one. And then this one, again, the little gold fleck on it, got quite a bold print. And this navy with like a little bit of gold just in these bits here. So that is a metallic gold. It might not be showing up so well on there. A bag, Tina? Yeah, I'm sure it was a bag. Well, Jo, yeah, I'm wondering. Tina, you must have sold them to us. What did you tell us we were going to make from them? Hi, Karen. Okay, then this one. So, again, that's a metallic on there. Now, Karen, you like your metallics. You might like these ones. So they're really rich, deep navies. And all I can think of is that I thought that we maybe were a little bit short. Yeah, we needed modern navies. That's right, Jo. I think that's what it was, but I'm not quite sure why we got the rest. This one is a really, really deep sort of ink navy. It is a navy, though, with a little black through it. It's not showing up very navy on my camera. Might be on yours. Bags. Yeah, we're going to need lots of bags, Tina. And then this one is almost a black. So it's a bit like a black grunge with a dot through it, though. So anyway, all together, there's a lovely little quilt there. Yeah, it would come together for a male quilt. It would be gorgeous for a men's quilt, or lots of bags in our future. So that is, what did I say it was called? Oh, Flirtation by Zen Chic. Oh, this one here actually is not part of the range. This is spotted. So I'm not quite sure that's came with it, but it's actually, oh, it's still Zen Chic, but it's a different name. So I think it must have been part of the range, but maybe it was a basic that went with it. So yeah, it is very nice, but it is very different for some. Put that with the florals, and you can see the difference there. But you know, everyone likes different things, which is why we have so many fabrics in the shop we can't move. Right, now it's Simply Charmed week. So those who are, yep, Leanne, you can go back and watch the replay. Those who are a Simply Charmed member already, then you should have got your email to choose your pack. And those patterns are in, Tina. The noodlehead patterns, I showed them last week. I don't think you were here, but yep, I think we've got them all the ones you wanted now. We've got them in if you want to make one. When you're up and driving and running, literally running. So this is our Simply Charmed quilt for this mail out. So you should have got your email this week. If you haven't had it, then chase us down. There's still about 30 people that haven't chosen their packs yet. So hop onto it so we can get that mailing out and all finalized. If you're not a Simply Charmed member, you can still join up now. So it's $38 a quarter, and you get a charm pack, you get a free pattern, little surprise, and the patterns are all patterns that I have written with the best amount of sunflower charm packs are sold out. Okay, so the original one has sold out, but there's two other options. There's a red and white one, and there's a bit of a softer, pretty honey bloom charm pack. Donna made this sample up for me, and I actually got my months mixed up. So Monday night I was quilting and binding it, thinking I had another month to go. So that's all right. I had a late night Monday night and got it done. So yes, not too late to join in the charm pack and the charm club. And it's every 3 months, and we're probably only going to have 2 more, so to the end of this year, and that might be the end of the Simply Charm. But the patterns are all simple patterns that you can make from a 5-inch charm pack, and they would also work with a layer cake. They'll just be twice as big if you do it with a layer cake. So the actual instructions would, work for a layer cake. If you want a really big quilt and you've got heaps of layer cakes lying around, then they would work for that as well. This one, you just need 1 extra fabric, so just this sashing fabric. It's called Charmed Fences because it's a variation on a fence rail fence block. I can't get back far enough, but you can see most of it there. So yeah, made in a day, quilted in a day, and a great little gift or project that you can actually get done and use up your charm packs. So that's Simply Charmed. I will put the link. Actually, I might have missed that link, but let me see where the others are. I'm just going to add all the links that I've shown you. Free motion slider, the thread stand, the needles, the pins, spot on kits. So actually I forgot the Simply Charmed link. I'll have to add that later, but you can find it on the website. It's on the homepage. Yes, Mandy, it came together really well, didn't it, that one? It's very simple. They're all really good. And I'm just going to put the last link to the travel scissors in. I haven't got any here, but they're back in stock, so we haven't had those for a while, the little tiny weeny travel scissors that you can take on planes. So I just put the link for that in as well because they're back in stock. So I think that's all I've got to show you. Hello to Mum if you're watching. Not sure if you are because you were there on your own this week. So I haven't got Tracy to put it on the big screen, but you might have found me. So hello if you're there. Tap your finger in the type box and say hi, and then I'll know you're there. If you can work that out. All right, so a couple of things I was just quickly going to run through tonight. If there's no other questions, is 2 things. So I was asked at the last at Chicks how you meant to replace a lead in the trio pencils or the sewline pencils, and I said that I'd do a little demo on that. So I know I've had issues with this before as well, and I've got like 2 or 3 of these hanging around, and I've struggled with it before as well. So I went back and watched all the videos that they do for us resellers just to make sure I was doing it right. And I was. But I did try with this pen and I'm still having issues. So I actually think I've got a faulty nib in this one, and which is what turned me off all the time. And I'm just wondering, whoever it was that we tried at Chicks, maybe sometimes they are faulty. But anyway, I'm going to take you through how you should change a lead. So let's switch back to here, and I'm also going to zoom in. Okay. So this is the trio, not the trio colors. So this one's got a black lead, a white lead, and the metal stylus. Hi, Gail. Welcome. First time watching. Welcome. We're almost to the end, but you can go back and watch the rest on replay at any time. So we just grab it from the middle here, and the trio works the same. It's just the trio's got 3 colors in it. That's all. The trio colors. This is not the original trio. So you just hold that center bit there and unscrew here. Okay, and then here's our 3 leads. So that one's got the stylus, that's the white one, and that's the grey one. You just pull out the one that you need to put a new lead in, and I'm just going to actually remove my lead so I've got an empty one to show you. But you can see here that this bit here, if you hold the clear bit and then the metal bit, that goes up and down. Okay, it goes up and down like that. Now, when you've finished your lead and you've run out, you could still have a little bit stuck in there. So just get a pin and make sure that you haven't got a little bit of lead stuck in the end, or you can just pump it out until the little tiny bit in the end falls out. Okay, then you simply drop your new lead in the top of the tube. So it just goes in there. And then holding it down so that it's gravity is going to help that lead fall in. Then we just pump that until it snatches the lead and feeds it down the barrel. Okay, so it's now coming out the end. Then you want to pop that back in the hole in there. You just got to feel around till you get it in its hole, and just push it till it clicks, and then you should be able to not pull, like it's actually pulling in and out without coming out. Okay, see those ones are all in there, so we know that that's popped back into its hole. Screw the top back on, and then you just turn this until it clicks. So that's my white one, that was the grey one, and then you just pump it until it comes out to the size you want. Don't go too far because you'll just snap it off. But that's how you replace the lead. But I will show you on this one, for some reason, this is my empty one here, and I'll just get a lead here, spare lead. I'm just going to use this little broken bit. But no amount of pumping will get this to grab that bit of lead and feed through. It just will not. Oh, and actually it just popped it back out. So I'm not sure. I've made sure it's not blocked. Oh, it just popped it back out again. So I think there's something not lining up inside, and it just won't feed through there. So if you've got a dodgy one, then maybe contact Sewline and don't get too frustrated with it, because, yeah, I'd given up on this one because I just couldn't get it in. Having said that, the white one still works. So I just need to get some grey leads because I use the grey the most. And then I can still use the other ones. But it's the only time I've seen a dodgy one. But that is basically how you change there. Is there a right, wrong way to turn the pencil to get the different colours? No, you just turn. It's just like one of, so it just, as you turn here, the next one pops out. So you just keep going around until the one you want pops out. You can go clockwise and anti-clockwise. Doesn't make any difference. Still works. I mean, it should be. It actually says, well, it says white there, black, and O must be for the stylus on there, so, which is where the little handle is pointing. So that's pointing to the O. It's pointing to the white when the white one's out. It's pointing to the BL when the black one's out, where that handle is. But no, you can go either way. It doesn't make any difference on that, Fiona. All right, so that's just a little update on how to change the leads in there. And that reminds me I need to get some grey leads. I really only use the grey. Oh, no, that's needles. I only use the grey. I get mixed up because the sewline ones are very similar to my needle containers. So I could find plenty of needle containers, but I couldn't find any lead containers, which was not handy. Right, the other thing I said I would demonstrate, and again, I think, Denise, is this what you asked me? Oh, yeah, bring it, Mandy. We'll see. We'll have a play with it and see. Well, maybe you should only turn it clockwise. I don't know. It certainly didn't say it. It doesn't say it in the instructions or in the video, and it works both ways. So I don't think I'm unscrewing anything. But it probably doesn't hurt just to go clockwise. Okay, so Denise, if you're still here, you asked me at Chicks to demonstrate something, and I couldn't remember if it was diamonds or orange pills. Oh, well done, Donna. So you've just fixed yours. So it was diamonds, was it, Denise? It was diamonds you wanted me to demonstrate? I think it was diamonds because we were looking at the diamondillial. So I just happened to be prepping a new project with diamonds in it. So I thought, well, I'll just glue them on screen tonight so you can see. So, Donna, you just fixed it. So you hadn't been able to get it work. So I taught you something. That's good. So I have fused my diamond papers onto fabric. the points. Okay. So, and then I'm going to cut out with roughly a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Make sure I stay on camera, or do I need to zoom out a little bit? I'll just make sure I stay on. Now, these two top points, I want you to take off the tip, but still make sure you've got the 1/4 inch between the edge of the paper and the edge of the fabric. Okay, I'm just going to put my black mat underneath because it might show up better. Does it? That shows up better, yep. So just taking off the tip. So we've still got our 1/4 inch from there, but we're removing some of the bulk of the fabric that has to be glued over. Then we're going to take a glue pen. Hopefully I grabbed one that's got glue in it. Oh, no. There you go. I've got another one in here. Oh, a million glue pens, and I grabbed 2 without glue in them. Hold that thought while I just go and grab another glue pen. Okay. Tried a few more. Okay, here's one. All right, so I'm going to start at the top tip. Karen, I tried that too on the one that and the one that wouldn't work from loading from the tip, because I used to do that with the normal mechanical ones too when it wouldn't grab, but no, that wouldn't work either. I tried everything. So but yeah, you probably can do it that way and what Karen's saying is that she actually just held it back and put the lead in that end, which is what you can do with mechanical pencils. You risk snapping your lead sometimes, but anyway, the actual instructions are the way that I said to do it. But yeah, I tried that as well with this dodgy one, and that wouldn't work either. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to start from the top, okay, and we're going to work clockwise around it. So line of glue along the paper, fold over onto the glue, then glue the second line so that we're gluing over the fabric on the end, so the corners are glued down. See, the glue is going from the edge, so on top of the fabric right along. And then our final side here. And again, make sure we double fold those tips so we've got a folded point all the way to the top. We haven't got a raw point there. We need to keep that line straight all the way there. When we get to the 2 layers of fabric and you can't feel the paper, you have to keep that straight. Now, as you can see, there's no little tails on these points, but there are little tails on these. So what I do, particularly if you're doing it by hand, is you just put a little bit of glue back on there and you fold that back inside the tip. Okay, and it hasn't done it very well, but if you get it in, it's pretty much hiding underneath. Keep that on screen there, hiding underneath there. And as you're sewing, if any little bits sort of sneak out the side, you just take your awl and sweep them under before you sew them down, if you're doing it by machine. Or if you're doing it by hand, then obviously you can just stitch to the tip and swipe it under. But if you want to pre-glue your points back under, then you're just doing it like that, and they're pretty much tucked under. Okay, now another way that you can do it, I'm being a bit stingy, I was using scraps, so my pieces are a little bit small. Here's one here. My seam allowances are a bit small. Take my tips off. And I don't like this way because I don't think that you get as sharp a point. But some people like to fold that over first and that end over first. And then fold this way. So on this is a large 2-inch diamond, so it might not be too bad on this. It might work. I might actually change my mind. If it does work, I might do it this way. But now when we come to the other side, to get that really sharp point at the point, we've got to make sure that we fold all the way to the edge of the paper. So because we've got that big bulk underneath it, you just don't get quite a sharper point. So you just get that little squared off point there. So not quite as sharp. But that's another option depending on what you like. So we come here and see on this side here, just got that little rounded off tip there. And you might be quite happy with that. Might be easier than dealing with tails. But you can see with your tail, with the first one we did, well, it's not that much difference, but by the time I stitch it down, I get that quite sharp. So there's 2 ways of doing it to get them. If you were Melissa, if you're hand piecing, if you fold over the edge, so Melissa's saying, does that make the tips a bit thick? Yes. If you fold over that first, it makes the tips a bit thicker. And if you are joining 6 of these together hand piecing, so in this instance, these are just going to be appliqued down. Okay, I'm not actually joining them together into a star. But if you are joining these together into a star, let me do a couple more. So a traditional EPP, and you're joining them into a star, then that's the reason I said you always start at the top and then and go clockwise every time. Someone's in the street. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top. And if I was hand piecing, I wouldn't worry about folding my tips under. I'm leaving them out because they're going to be just nested when you're whip stitching them together. Okay, there's my other one here. But when we're doing the modern EPP, which is what Denise is referring to, or if I'm just appliquing them down as individual diamonds, and we want to get rid of those tails before we do it. But what Melissa's saying is she keeps them so they all nest. Yeah, someone dared to walk down our street, Jane. So we want those little tails all going the same direction. So when you join those together, see how that one sits underneath that one. And as we go around the complete circle, all the tails will go the same way. So on the back, there's only one layer of tails all nested together and all just sitting on top of each other so that you don't get a big bulky bit in the middle. So yes, if you're hand EPPing and joining them together, don't glue the tails back, just leave them sticking out and make sure that you always start at the top and you always go clockwise so that they're all going to be nesting perfectly. Hi, Robin. But for the purpose of the demo that Denise requested and for how I'm going to be using these ones, I'm just going to be applying them down individually and possibly even by machine, or it might even just be a modern method. I might be gluing them down. Then I want to pre-fold all my tips back under just so they're dealt with. I still would have an awl with me while I'm sewing if I'm doing it by machine, and tuck any of those loose bits out because they still are sticking out a little bit. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Denise. And if you're making the diamond dilial using the mod EP method, then that's how I would have done that one. Okay. All right. So that's it for demos tonight. And that's it for everything tonight. Now you might have learned a thing or two, seen some new things. And other than that, if there's anything you need me to show you next week, let me know. In the meantime, I'm nearly up to eating my cherry, which may finish me for the night because I can tell you it's going to be very strong. But remember, this is the Apothecary Gin with Tasmanian cherries. And it was a bit yummy. It was a bit nice. Okay, so hope you all stay warm this weekend. We're expecting snow down to 500 meters, and we have Deborah Louie down for the weekend. She's flying in tomorrow to do workshops for the Tasmanian modern quilters. So that's our weekend. Oh, thanks for the reminder, the subtle reminder, Fiona. Thank you. I can always rely on you to remind me. Also, Christmas gathering bookings are open. Book your spot so that we can start planning projects and things there and buying in gifts. Yes, we do have to think like 6 months in advance. Still dry in SA. Yeah, we've had rain this week, not huge amounts, but we've had rain, a couple of big showers. But I know Tracy is still desperate for rain. It might be Jane. It might put me to sleep very nicely. Okay, so let's draw our winner. Get a winner. And I can't read that. Who can read that? Let me see. Go away. Can anyone read that? Is it Sue Simpson? Gosh, can anyone read that? I can't read that. Yeah, Sue Simpson. I can hear Sue Simpson. There's so many Sues here. Sue, are you still here? I don't remember a Sue Simpson. I know there's lots of Sues and Susans. Sue Simpson. Okay. Sue, are you still here? The rules are, if you're new here, that you need to be here at the end when I draw the prize, or else we do a redraw. So Sue, are you still here, or have we lost you? You might have got bored and had to go and finish dinner or do the washing or something. Oh, yes, you're here, Sue. Well done. Well done. So if you want to send a message through to Jo, if you need to order anything, she can put a little prize in with it. Otherwise, send a message through to Jo. Hi, Anna from Portugal. We're about to finish, Anna, but you can go and watch the rest on replay. Yep. So well done, Sue. Okay. If I've forgotten anything, I will let you know next week. Meantime, have a great stitchy week. I'm almost done with all my projects for the next event, so I'll be pleased to have that finished up, and I'll be on to the next thing. And hopefully next week the cough will be gone. All right. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you all same time, same place.